Clinton has some more information he can chime in with if he can get it for us at some point throughout the night.
Well, I know the bar team have been working with a bunch of different drivers in that car, and he was one that they had talked about being in for a while, so we'll see how it goes. Ryan Litt looked pretty good last week in his second time in the car. We'll see how Schumann does his first here tonight.
You know, it's good equipment, so we'll see what he can do from the back of heat race number 1. 10 cars, 8 laps the distance, top 5 to tonight's A feature. Green flag waving on heat race number 1 for the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprintcar.
It doesn't take them long to fan out as they head down the front stretch and into corner number 1. Good fight for the second spot right now. Jordan Hill and Brandon Merle going at it. All behind race leader DJ Christie.
Bit of a tough start there for Matthew Hill in the MK8. Went from the 3rd starting spot back to 8th there by the end of corner number 2. Just got shuffled in the wrong direction there. Battle up front, though, is Davey Boughton in that 1C battling with Brandon Merle. They're racing for the 2nd and 3rd positions, and right behind them, the 29 of Liam Martin, the 28 of Jordan Hill. Good battle up front. Again, top 5 drivers going to transfer to tonight's A feature. Now Stephen Beckett battling with Liam Martin for that final transfer spot.
Fair to say there's going to be some good drivers not making the A main out of these qualifying heats once again here tonight. Liam Martin right now is on the outside looking in. You've got Stephen Beckett right there in the thick of things as well. So it is tough every week to get out of these qualifying heats, and some drivers finding that right here tonight.
Brandon Merle and Davey Boughton with a really good battle here for that 2nd spot. A couple of drivers still getting their feet wet in these Crate Sprint cars. Sophomore season for Brandon Merle. Davey Boughton dabbled with these cars over the last couple of seasons, but in a new car here this year, the new number in the 1C machine, and they will not get away from each other here in this battle for the 2nd spot as Merle continues to fight in that bottom lane to try and wrestle that runner-up position away.
Yeah, one driver that we don't talk enough about when we talk about improvements is the 19 of Brandon Merle, who has been so good this year, just night and day from where he was 1 year ago. And he's up there running in 3rd, and he's right in the thick of it every week now.
Yeah, definitely competing on a week-to-week basis. The driver, that number 19. Problems for the 69K of Jason Dixon. Not sure if he got into the outside wall, but the right rear tire completely obliterated on that machine. He nurses it to the exit ramp and will stay green here on heat race number 1. DJ Christie, one more trip around the park in that 5-star machine. Races into corner number 3 and brings the highlighter yellow machine off of corner number 4. Checkered flag wave. DJ Christie wins heat race number 1. Davey Boughton in 2nd. Brandon Merle 3rd. Jordan Hill in the 4th spot. And Stephen Beckett in 5th. They will go to tonight's A feature.
So Liam Martin, Dave McKnight, Matt Hill will go to the B main tonight, as well as Rick Schumann back there in the Bar Motorsports machines. So impressive run by Davey Boughton as well up there in that 2nd spot. Another driver has been solid here since making his return, but he and Brandon Merle, good solid runs up there in 2nd and 3rd. And what more can you say about DJ Christie? This kid just gets better every week.
Seems to be up in contention more often than not now in that 5-star machine. Wins from the pole here. Davey Boughton definitely the hard charger in that one, from 8th to 2nd to finish in a runner-up spot and transfer into tonight's 8 feature. So good job by the number 1C of Davey Boughton.
In Arizona, they get together in a local establishment, and they put the live feed on and get to watch Johnny. And they just got their apparel here tonight, delivered it at the trailer, and a lot of that was headed to Arizona. So hi, everyone in Arizona.
Is there a reason for that, or is this just like a weird offshoot?
I believe it was family, a family member or someone that they knew, and it just grew into this group of people that are following Johnny.
That's cool.
Now.
That's really cool. One car scratched from this heat. The 14 of Eric Gledhill did not make the call for heat race number 2 here. So green flag waving on heat 2 for the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint cars, and the aforementioned Johnny Miller will lead the field off of corner number 4 here on lap number 1, but he's got company coming.
Yeah, Jacob Dykstra in that 5D, he's itching for a win here tonight, as has not been able to find one in recent weeks, but here he is in that 2nd spot. Blaine Barrow running much better than what happened to him last week. He's up there in that 3rd spot trying to hold off Brad Herron.
Herron showing to the inside of Barrow's number 3B, and Brad Herron will get the spot off of corner number 2. Barrow trying to come back at him on that top lane off of corner number 4. Doesn't quite have enough to get it done as Herron slides up in front of him here at the start-finish line. Now, Barrow's going to go to the inside in corner number 1, but Herron takes that line away and will drive off with about 5 car lengths in advantage down the back chute.
time by, it'll be the cross flags. 4 in, 4 to go. For your leader, Johnny Miller, the Iceman, out in front over Jacob Dykstra, Brad Herron, Blaine Barrow, and Shane Stickle. He's got that car looking all pretty again, but he's under pressure here, and he's going to lose the transfer spot.
Terry Baker jumps up into the 5th position, shuffling that 39 of Stickle back to the 6th spot. Paul Klager with an uncharacteristically less than stellar run going here. Started in the 5th spot, was in a transfer spot at the drop of the green flag, has fallen back to 7th. Now coming back up on those runners, Terry Baker and Shane Stickle. He's got 2 more laps to try and get it done as Johnny Miller passes under Cameron Thompson's popsicle sticks here at the flag stand.
2 laps left to go for the Iceman over Dykstra and Herron. Herron's closing the gap a little bit on Dykstra for that runner-up position. Barrow solidly back there in 4th. And then you've got the 26 machine right behind him. So it's Stickle and Klager right now, the closest to attacking for that final transfer spot, but they're on the outside.
Outside looking in for sure with less than a lap to go. Johnny Miller brings it off of corner number 4. Checkered flag waves. Drive out of Six Nations Ontario. Johnny Miller picks up the win in heat race number 2. Jacob Dykstra in 2nd. Brad Herron in 3rd. Blaine Barrow 4th. And Terry Baker grabs the final transfer spot to tonight's A feature. Shane Stickle, Paul Klager, Rob Neely, and Spencer Davis will go to the B main here this evening. And Greg, Adam and I talked a little bit about this last week. We are down to just 1 driver remaining who has qualified qualified and started every A feature this season with the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprintcars, and that is Lucas Smith. Is the remaining driver in the number 49L. He's set to come out here in heat race number 3. Jesse Costa has also qualified for all 10 features so far this year, but was unable to start the first feature of the year due to mechanical problems. So Lucas Smith's the only driver to have competed in all 10 features so far this season.
Just before we go to the lineup here, want to give a shout out. Blaine Barrow qualifies through the qualifying heat right there. That's got to feel good after the hard crash on the front stretch last week. He wanted us to give a shout out to Rich's Drywall and Framing and Jesse Little and Adam Murphy for their help in the shop all week getting that car back together, but especially to Rich's Drywall and Framing for the financial
Lucas
support.
Smith. And outside of him in row number 4 at Kitchener, Ontario, the number 2 of Travis Hofstetter, and shotgun on the field from the 9th starting spot, the number 70 of Bailey Hurd. 9 cars, 8 laps the distance. Once again, 5 more cars transferring to tonight's 20-lap A feature for the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Cars. Green flag in the right hand of starter Cameron Thompson. We are underway and 3 wide before they got to the flag stand.
Well, that was a little crazy on the start of that one. Jesse Costa, the point leader, says, I want out of this beehive, and he squirts away into corner 3.
Good move for him in that number 52 machine, jumping out to an early advantage. Brian Nanakoke following suit in that number 9C, and on the move, the number 4 of Hannah Farrell to the outside, looking for the 3rd spot, working past that number 69 machine of Josh Hill. She moves up to the 3rd spot as we race into turn 3.
Working it off of corner 4, Jesse Costa, formerly known as the Heat Race Ace. He's since conquered a few A mains, but he is making it look easy here right now as he leads over Hannah Farrell. Brian Nanakoke, Josh Hill back there with a solid 4th place run. The battle right now is for that transfer spot.
Yeah, a couple of cars battling it out for that 5th and final transfer spot right now. Currently belongs to 29W of Tyler Ward, rookie driver out of Woodstock, Ontario. And just as we said that, the 49L of Lucas Smith got by him and Jerry Hill in corner number 1. He moves into the transfer spot now.
Trying to keep the streak alive. The cross flags, 4 in, 4 to go. Jesse Costa leading over the 4 of Hannah Farrell, Brian Nanakoke in 3rd, and then that's where things get busy. Josh Hill and Lucas Smith right there going at it 4th and 5th, and a bit of a distance now back to the 6th place car. So Lucas Smith just trying to hold on. Whoa! Off of corner 4, Tyler Ward trying to get into a transfer spot, got pretty sideways.
Yeah, it looked like he got on the gas maybe a little bit early coming off of corner number 4. Cost him a little bit of time, but not too much though, as Hill and Smith seem to be quite concerned with trying to get around each other here as they battle for that 4th position with 2 laps to go.
Costa leads it into corner number 3, this time behind the white flag as they cross the stripe. Costa leads over Farrell. And then a good distance back to Brian Nanakoke, and the battle's still on for 4th. Lucas Smith wants it. He doesn't know who's behind him. He doesn't know that he's got a bit of a cushion for the final transfer spot, so he'll take 4th away. Checkers out, Costa gets the win.
Jesse Costa picking up the win. Hannah Farrell, the Hurricane, comes home in the 2nd spot. 3rd goes to 9C of Brian Nanakoke, Lucas Smith in 4th, and Josh Hill in 5th. That means that Tyler Ward, Jerry Hill, Travis Hofstetter, and Bailey Hurd will have to try and qualify through to the feature through the B main here this evening. But Lucas Smith qualified into his 11th straight feature this season. Jesse Costa also through to the main event, so setting up another good points battle here tonight. Those top two drivers in the standings both qualified into tonight's A feature. The victory games number 38 of Derek Miller on the pole. The Hallett Home Improvement number 51 of Trevor Young to his outside. That's the front row for this fourth and final heat race for the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Cars. And keep an eye on that number 45 of Nick Sheridan, who obviously got a bad draw tonight. Starts at the rear of the field. We'll see if he can transfer through the front door tonight into tonight's A feature. Green flag waves, we're underway.
Little less exciting of a start than the previous qualifying heat, but here they are, still the pack racing down the backstretch 2 by 2 into corner 3.
And 3 wide in the middle of corner number 3 as Darren Dryden got out of the throttle after he nearly got together with Derek Lemaire, loses a couple of positions. The Glen Stires racing teammates Noel Teal and Jesse McDonald both get by him, and from the back up to 6 there in lap number 1, Nick Sheridan, that number 45.
And I don't think I would want to draw into this heat. This is a tough one to transfer through here tonight. Derek Miller, Trevor Young at the front, going at it to the nail, and digging on the bottom. It's Derek Lemaire. Well, they fought it out. He snuck by for the lead.
Lemaire right down on the bottom side of the racetrack, took that race lead away in corner number 2, trying to distance himself this time off of corner number 4. Trevor Young's worked himself up into the second spot there. Lemaire pulls away by about 3 car lengths into corner number 1, but his one's far from over.
Derek Lemaire out in front, that Burger Barn Ace 1 Construction number 56 out of the Hills, J Hill Racing team. The Burger Barn group, Derek doing a nice job. He's had his struggles this year, but this has to be a good feel for him to be out in front and have a comfortable size lead.
Jesse McDonald with a good move to get by the 38 of Derek Miller, moves him up into the 3rd spot. Now coming after Trevor Young for the 2nd position. That number 88 machine, a good run going in this qualifying heat race. Sat back a little bit early, waited for his opportunities. Now he works to the inside of Trevor Young's number 51. They're wing to wing into corner number 3 for 2nd.
Derek Lemaire sees the signal that it's 2 laps left to go, and behind him they are still going at it. Trevor Young looking down to the inside of Jesse McDonald. Young in that Hallett Home Improvement 51, trying to catch Jesse McDonald, who's already got a feature win this year. White flag is out. The battle's still on.
Last time around that battle for the 2nd spot, Derek Lemaire is checked out in front of the field. Full straightaway advantage for the number 56 machine. Jesse McDonald capitalizing on that battle for the 2nd spot. Checkered flag waves. Heat race number 4 goes to Derek Lemaire. Jesse McDonald comes home 2nd. Trevor Young in 3rd. Nick Sheridan in 4th. And Derek Miller takes the final transfer spot. In the 5th position, Noel Teal, Adrian Staley, Alan Downey, and Darren Dryden will have to go to the B main here tonight. So your Heat 4 winner comes out of Hamilton, Ontario. The driver of the Burger Barn Ace 1 Construction Aitken Motors number 56 is Derek Lemaire.
Well, guys, I'll jump in here with our first Case IH track report of the night. The track looks absolutely amazing. Jordan, Glenn, and the crew have done a fantastic job. You can see it is hard-packed all the way up to the top. No big chunks, no big ripples. We're going to have a fantastic track here tonight, guys. And what a run for young Nick Sheridan, our Gales Auto Aftermarket Performer of the Week. Went from tail to 6th in that one, or tail to a qualified spot, past 6 cars in the running for the Top Gun Award from Ackland Insurance. Quickly, while we got
Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Cars this evening. Top 2 finishers in each race will qualify to tonight's A feature. Every single race. So it tells you right there that not everybody can make it in. There's always a couple of good cars on the trailer early every night.
You know, and Adam brought that point up early in the year. He wanted to see how many drivers could do that. And I always think he's crazy, but I thought he was really crazy on that. I thought, no, there's going to be a large amount of drivers that he was right. I cannot believe that we've only had 1 driver that has qualified and started every A main so far this year. That's impressive. Tells you how good these fields are every week. Green is out.
Incredible parity across the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car division. Green flag waving here off of corner number 2. Liam Martin and Dave McKnight Jr. not backing down from this fight up front, trying to put a little distance between them and the rest of the field. Martin leads lap number 1 by half a car length at the start-finish line.
Down at corner 1 they go. Martin leads over McKnight, and Jerry Hill back there in position 3. Shane Stickle, who's got that car all lettered up again and looking sharp, riding back in spot number 4. He'll work to the outside of Hill.
MSD Machine Tool sponsored number 39 machine, working around that outside group, but Jerry Hill comes back at him on the bottom. Here comes the Beamsville Bullet. Paul Klager looking for a spot as well, and Dave McKnight Jr. under siege for that final transfer spot.
Martin out front on lap number 3 of this one. 7 laps left to go, and he is pulling away from the pack. Paul Klager is on his horse, though, trying to get up there, trying to make it 3 wide and 3. He'll do it. He squeezes Hill into the middle. Stickle goes around the outside, so put Hill back a couple of spots.
Yeah, Jerry Hill with a tough break there, goes from 3rd to 5th. Halfway through this B main number 1, or coming to the halfway point, pardon me. 5 down, 5 to go for Liam Martin. Dave McKnight Jr. holding the final transfer spot in the number 70 M&M machine. But Paul Klager coming after him here. That lead, or that advantage shrunk down to about 3 car lengths here. They race into corners number 3, and Klager's alongside McKnight coming off of turn number 4.
Yeah, good battle there for that second spot. Good run for McKnight, but Paul Klager, the dirt track veteran, now gets into the second position with that Schneider Electric Lucas Oil car number 1A, as McKnight's right there in the tail tank, not going away just yet.
Klager did not look very good in his heat race, has obviously made some adjustments to that Schneider Electric J&E Recovery 1A machine, and has gone from 5th to 2nd in this B main, looking to try and transfer through to tonight's A feature and maintain a spot in the top 5. And now caution flag waving. Alan Downey turned around in corner number 2. Greg, I know we've talked a lot about Alan Downey this year, and such a cool story, but it's almost one worth mentioning again this week in case we've got any first-time viewers, and it appears we do tonight. But a driver that got his start in racing by running online iRacing in the 19 and eventually emerged with this number.
Calm, cool, and collected as he has. Very impressive for Alan Downey. So, yeah, that's a story that you don't get tired of hearing from Alan Downey. And it was cool when Adam took the time to take Christopher Bell over and say, hey, here's a guy that's iRacing, and he's just moved right into sprint cars.
Back to green here on lap number 7. 3 laps to go in this B main. Liam Martin, the race leader. Paul Klager coming after those 2 drivers breaking away. Those only the top 2 will transfer to tonight's A feature. Now Klager to the inside of Martin. Martin takes the lane away. 2 laps to go now.
2 more trips around for Liam Martin. Paul Klager back there in the second spot. Dave McKnight Jr., maybe the best run he's had so far here in 2019, trying to reel in Klager one more time.
McKnight realizing he's going to have to go where Klager isn't right now. That's up top. Running that 70 M&M right up over the cushion a little bit there in corners 1 and 2. Kept up the momentum. Last chance down here in corners 3 and 4. Liam Martin brings it off the bottom to the checkered flag. He will win B main number 1 and transfer to tonight's A feature with Paul Klager. Everybody else will put it on the trailer early. Dave McKnight, Jerry Hill, Shane Stickle, Bailey Hurd, Alan Downey, and Spencer Davis all failed to qualify for tonight's A main.
Folks tuned in online asking the question, is it a MAV TV Canada night? No, it is not. So we'll bring you the entirety of our racing program right here live on Facebook and YouTube. August 31st is our next MAV TV Canada event, and then we will broadcast the Saturday night of the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals as well. So those will conclude our 6 races with MAV TV Canada. Our final 2 to go.
I like when the little voice in my head has all the answers.
I need one of these at home.
Yeah.
Don't say that to your wife.
And 1/3 of the Bar Motorsports team is already qualified in. The Hurricane Hannah Farrell made it in through her heat race. Rick Schumann trying to become the second car in that black and orange Oakwood Transport sponsored number 4B. Couple rookies on the front row. Noel Teal, the 14T. Tyler Ward in the 29W. Again, 10 laps the distance with just the top two transferring to tonight's A feature. Creeping and crawling to the chalk line in corner number 4. Green flag is out. We are underway.
Final 2 spots in the Crate Sprintcar feature event are on the line. And Rob Neely got all sorts of sideways, but keeps it going straight and keeps the foot in the pedal.
The perfect example of not being able to win it on the first lap, but can pretty much take yourself out on the first corner there. Rob Neely's going to have his work cut out for him. And a couple of drivers got pushed up the racetrack a little bit there. Schumann in the 4B, Darren Dryden and Travis Hofstetter all got moved up the racetrack there in corners 1 and 2 as Adrian Staley works around the outside of Tyler Ward and moves into a transfer spot.
It's Noel Teal out in front over Adrian Staley. Those right now the transfer cars. And finally, turn 2 does it to Rob Neely. He keeps a foot in the gas and still going. Oh, yes, he gets it straightened out.
Wow, Spencer just had a great replay there of Neely the first time he got out of shape and then did it again there in corner number 2. Tough break for Rob Neely in that number 74. Good close-up there of Noel Teal's number 14. Saw her going to work off of corner number 2. Good drive for the rookie here, looking quite comfortable out in front of the field. She leads here through 4 of 10 laps in B main number 2.
Very solid run for Noel Teal in front. Good for her in that Enrium Dynamics number 14 machine. She's had a couple of good runs earlier that ended in a spin, so hopefully she can hold on. She's halfway there to a main ticket. Second place, Adrian Staley, but here comes Darren Dryden in the DJD Graphics number 43 out of the Durden Motorsports stable. They're in third, tracking down the 50.
Dryden seemingly out of nowhere, came from the 8th starting spot in this B, worked up to the 3rd position, and coming after Staley. 2 drivers that know each other well from their Can-Am midget days on the asphalt, going at it here in this Crate Sprint Car B main. There'll be 3 laps to go this time by. Noel Teal with a comfortable straightaway advantage over Adrian Staley, but his advantage evaporating, and Dryden is right there in corners 1 and 2. Races up in the top groove. Staley on the bottom off of corner number 2. Down the back straightaway. Battle for the final transfer spot into corner number 3. They'll come to 2 laps to go this time.
Good battle. Darren Dryden has a spot at the line while Noel Teal out in front checking out on the field. Here comes Dryden back down the hill in corner 2. Shoots by Staley. He has second. Staley fighting, digging, trying to make his way to the A main. The caution flag comes out.
And just soon enough for Adrian Staley, who's beat on the second and final transfer spot, was evaporating quite quickly. It looks like Dryden got by him before the caution flag waved. So Staley will have his work cut out for him on this green-white checkered restart.
Theirs are in Brantford. It's been there, and I've seen it. But someone said, you got to go there, it's the best. And it is, no lie, the best.
All right,
so there's
noted.
a free plug to Stan. So next time I'm there, I better get a free fry out of that.
Yeah.
But now I'm hungry.
Small, though.
Go get me some pinties.
Just a small.
It's just a small. What's small?
Yeah, we don't do small.
That's a sample size.
Yeah.
Back to the green flag, single file, and Noel Teal trying to hold on 2 more laps, but the pack is right there on her tail tank.
Adrian Staley tried to get to the inside of Darren Dryden's number 43 there in corner number 2. Going to try it again in corner number 3. 3 cars for 2 transfer spots here on the final lap.
Noel Teal staying steady on the inside lane. Can she make it work to pick up the win? Darren Dryden's got second, coming to the checkered flag. Teal slowed down a little bit.
Off of corner number 4, final time. Checkered flag's going to wave. Darren Dryden takes the win. Noel Teal will settle for second, but that'll transfer to tonight's A feature. Adrian Staley, Rob Neely, Travis Hofstetter, Tyler Ward, Matthew Hill, and Rick Schumann all going home early here tonight. Great race for Darren Dryden, 8th to the win in the B main.
Jeff Durnan, I'm sure, enjoying that one. The Durnan Motorsports owner of that car, number 43, racing with Darren Dryden here in 2019. Coming a long distance to pick up the win in the B main. And Jeff shared a photo today from, I think it was 6 years ago, when he and his kids were sitting in the stands and he heard it announced that the Crate Sprints were going to be starting up as a division here at Ohsweken Speedway. And next thing you know, they've got a car and been racing here ever since.
Yeah.
and we send one up and over. The red flag being
Jump
displayed.
over. Oh, big problems going into 1 and 3. 4 of them all involved heavily here. Into
Seventh is Ryan Hunsinger. 8th, Hannah Farrell. 9th, Mike Thorne. And Josh Hansons, without the right side header, completes it in the top 10. They're in second. Evans running third. Schutz and Martin going at it. 2 of the younger drivers in the division right now in 4th and 5th. And Martin has problem. Big flames out of the back end of the 29 of Liam Martin. He'll come to a stop up in corner number 4. Trying to get out of the car here. And he is out.
White flag from the hand of starter Cameron Thompson this evening. Haven't gotten an update from Kyle yet, so no kid yet.
His life has not dramatically changed as of yet.
No, it already has. He has missed the night at the racetrack.
True.
So.
Business about to pick up for the Crate Sprintcar division. Double greens in the air, and Jacob Dykstra leads him down into corner number 1. Derek Lemaire on that outside line. He had a very solid qualifying heat. Let's see if he can keep it up here in the feature event.
Good start for Jacob Dykstra in that 5D machine. Derek Lemaire slipping back into the 3rd spot momentarily, but as Jesse Costa moved ahead, but he fighting back with him, and Hannah Farrell right there as well. 3-car battle for second. 3 wide into corner number 3. Didn't look like there was going to be enough room, but how about that move by the Hurricane? Hannah Farrell 2-for-1 special off of corner number 4. She moves into second.
Hannah Farrell there in the 2nd spot. Right around goes Derek Lemaire in front of the pack down in corner 2. Wow. Stephen Beckett had to get almost stopped down there. That is a horrible feeling, being at the front of the pack and spinning around down in corner 2. Derek Lemaire.
Ooh.
And one out of my vantage point under the red flag. So problems up the high side of corner number 1. Apologize for the missed call there, but
I can't
out of my range of view.
Derek
here.
Miller in the 38. We can see from our monitors now, but we definitely can't tell that from our point of view up here. Got up and over in some capacity. There's damage to the top wing.
So here's the replay of Derek Lemaire going around. And Clinton Jeffries on the scene down in corner 1.
I got Derek Miller here. Derek, first question, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What happened?
I just ran out of room there. Had a good run, and it just closed up on me when I was right there, so nothing I could do.
Car does not look pretty.
She's looked prettier, that's for sure.
Quickly, where are you playing this weekend?
Nowhere. I'm going to Santa Fe next weekend, so I won't be here. So see everybody next week after that.
Those guitar fingers are okay?
I'm okay.
How about it for Derek Miller, Juno Award winner, one heck of an entertainer, whether he's playing the guitar.
He joined with Ryan Curtis, so that's a little time about
Time to go home, sir.
Ouch. We've been pretty good. We haven't really shot too many at him at all. Lemaire in that inside retaining wall, there wasn't a whole lot of room to get through there. At least it didn't look like it from our vantage point. And DJ Christie and Stephen Beckett both got through. Christie went through at full speed kind of before Lemaire came to a stop, but Stephen Beckett had to slow right down and kind of figure out if there was enough space there. But if he had to stop and basically give up a top 10 spot just to avoid contact there, that could have been disastrous for the 0-8 team as we get set to come back to green.
Yeah, I think he got as close to stalling out the car as he could possibly get, but kept it rolling and is still up there in contention as we are back underway. And here comes Jesse Costa winding it up on the top side, but here comes Hannah Farrell up into his line and kind of pinches him out of the way.
Costa goes a Another lane higher, though, off of corner number 4, trying to find a little bit of room, and this time we'll have to follow the Hurricane Hannah Farrell into corners 1 and 2. Not enough room to get it done that time as Hannah Farrell holds off the charge there in that battle for the second spot.
Brian Nanico, now Davey Boughton around at corner number 1. Keeps the foot in the throttle. The car's going to stop down in the middle groove in corner 1. And that will put us back into the caution. And under that lap, Brian Nanico, and that car has just puffed a ton of smoke as he came out of corner 4. The lap before that, Brian was way up in 3 and 4.
Way and continue on your way. In a sprint car, you're stuck sitting there to think about it until a push truck comes to push you off again. So is that little bit of time helpful to maybe help you calm yourself, or is it something where you just sit there and punch the steering wheel and go, let's go, I want to go again?
I would say option B, because the when you do something wrong, when I'm even in my street car, the feeling is mash the gas because it makes me feel better. And you can't do that in a sprint car.
Fair enough. As we get back to green, Jesse Costa and the Hurricane Hannah Farrell battling it out for that second spot. Nick Sheridan in the mix as well. 3-car battle for the runner-up spot. And Sheridan works around the outside, following Hannah Farrell into corner number 1. 3 wide for second.
Man, some great racing from second on back all through the pack. There's good fight going on between Jesse McDonald and Lucas Smith as well, Matt. The Massage Pro number 49L as they work it off of corner number 4. Close call for Hannah Farrell and Nick Sheridan as they cross the stripe.
Wow, that was awfully close on the front straightaway. Trouble up in corner number 3. Trevor Young around. Caution on lap number 6.
Back single file. Looks like we should be able to come back to the green flag. Jacob Dykstra, Hannah Farrell, and Nick Sheridan. Last week's Performer of the Week picking up the second win of the season back there in that third spot. He's got Jesse Costa, the point leader, right behind him.
Good restart for the Hurricane Hannah Farrell there in the number 4 machine. Got a good jump, and now we'll have a chance to challenge Jacob Dykstra for the race lead. Jesse Costa and Nick Sheridan preferring that outside lane. And here's a heat race winner, DJ Christie, in the mix, but caution is out. Davey Boughton stopped at the top of turn number 2. Not sure if we're going to take that lap or not. It would be lap number 7 in the books if we do. And according to our timing and scoring,
snail's pace coming back to this restart.
Yeah, I kind of don't hate it right now just because of the camera angle we're getting from the infield from Sean Robertson. It's a pretty cool camera angle watching these drivers come back to the green flag as Jacob Dykstra gets back on the loud pedal, come back to green. Everybody makes it by the pylon in the top 10. Looks like we're good to go, and Hannah Farrell is right there battling for the race lead.
Jesse Costa, meanwhile, gets by for the third spot. Used the corner 2 exit to get by Nick Sheridan. Now sets his sights on the top 2 as they head down into corner number 1 with 8 laps on the board, 12 to go. Dykstra has the top spot, but Farrell closes the gap. The top 3 all right there, nose to tail.
Hannah Farrell getting some good runs through the middle of the racetrack, and here comes Jesse Costa up top in that number 52 machine. Good head of steam going into corner number 1. Gets the lane up on the top side of the speedway. We'll see if he can get by the Hurricane in corner number 2. Cap closes up, and he had to get on the binders there in turn number 2.
Dykstra out in front over Farrell and Costa, then a gap back to Sheridan, another gap back to DJ Christie, who's duking it out with Stephen Beckett, and the 49L of Lucas Smith. Good 3-car fight back there. At the front, Costa around Farrell, now tracking down the leader.
Jesse Costa with a gutsy move there off of corner number 4 last time to get by the Hurricane Hannah Farrell. Can he do it again to get by Jacob Dykstra? Yes, he can. Lap number 11 has a new leader. It's Jesse Costa in the car number 52.
And there he goes down the backstretch with a head of steam as Jacob Dykstra, I believe, has a left front flat as that car slowed out of corner 2. Hard to tell from this vantage point, but it did look like the left front is down and causing some handling issues for the 5D of Jacob Dykstra. Slipped back to 3rd, and now under pressure from fourth place, Nick Sheridan.
Yeah, absolutely. The left front is down on that number 5D and causing him all kinds of issues as he got awfully loose and out of shape there going through corners 3 and 4. That allowed Nick Sheridan to get by Stephen Beckett next in line to try and push the 5D back another spot as Dykstra doing a good job despite those conditions to try and keep that car in a battle up front.
Beckett and Smith right there, nose to tail, back in that fifth, sixth spot. As Beckett finally clears Smith and now looks low, and Jacob Dykstra is just trying to hold on right now at this point.
Jesse Costa has opened a pretty significant lead in that number 52 machine, at least a half a straightaway over Nick Sheridan, who just got by Hannah Farrell on the top side in corner number 4. He moves up into the second spot in car number 45. Last week's winner has less than 5 laps to eliminate a full straightaway lead to try and get win number 3 this year. Jesse Costa also looking for win number 3 on the season.
By some lap traffic on lap number 16, 4 to go for the driver to St. Thomas, Ontario, the point leader coming into this evening. Up to the second spot, Nick Sheridan, as he got past there on that last restart, but that didn't phase him. Now back to the second spot as he's cleared Hannah Farrell and put distance on her.
Lucas Smith all over the back bumper of Jacob Dykstra's number 5D. That battle for the 6th position. Impressive that Dykstra's kept that car up to speed all this time. How about Brandon Merle with a good run going? The number 19 machine runs in the 8th spot at the moment with 2 laps to go now. Jesse Costa works down the back straightaway. Full straightaway advantage over Nick Sheridan's number 45 as he continues to hold that position over Hannah Farrell's number 4. Just 3 car lengths separating that car as the white flag waves.
One more time around for Costa. Then you've got Nick Sheridan in second, and this race has really come to the fourth place driver, Stephen Beckett, closing the gap on Hannah Farrell. He's going to run out of time for a podium finish, but a good rally for him as the checker's about to come out. Jesse Costa will pick up the win. The point leader pads his lead. Nick Sheridan will cross the line in second. Hannah Farrell third. Fourth will be Stephen Beckett. And DJ Christie cross the line in the 5th position. Lucas Smith 6th, Brandon Merle 7th, Jacob Dykstra holds on this evening. Mobile fireworks lighting up the sky another time to celebrate this Crate Sprintcar feature event. The official firework provider of Oshweekins.
A big Mr. Transmission Victory Lane Oshweekin welcome for Jesse Costa. Once you got out front, you were really able to stretch it out. Talk about how you were able to go to the extreme top, no lumps up there, and really make this track work for you this evening.
Our car's been working really good the past 4 or 5 weeks. I just try to get up there and keep my momentum going, try to stay out of their way. But I got to thank Best Safety Training, Wells Boundary, Magnum Signs, Castro Canada, Leach Performance for the awesome engine, Welders Millwrights, D&O Towing, Ron Gentello, Property and Building Maintenance. My girlfriend, she's out here. She's about to have our kid any day, but she wants to be out here supporting me. My parents, my crew, Steven, Oshweekin Speedway, the fans for coming out.
Great job, Jesse Costa. Hit all the marks here tonight on Redway night. He will get it done. We'll get
Yes, definitely, Clint. I mean, it's been impressive to everyone at our shop. I mean, my dad, my brother, all our whole team. It's amazed all of us. I mean, we definitely had a good car tonight, but Jesse was the class of the field. Congrats to him. But it was definitely it was a really good night. I want to thank all my sponsors: Pride Seeds, Vibrant Farms, Leach Performance Engines, Belfort Property Restoration, and hopefully we can come back next week and do one spot better.
Great job, Nick Sheridan. We'll get over here with Hannah Farrell. Hannah, you jump up on the concrete tonight. Hannah, solid run for you. You were in this battle tonight. You got to be real pleased.
Yeah, it felt amazing just to get on the podium tonight. I've got to thank all my friends and family for always coming out and watching me. Everybody at Bar Motorsports always puts in their effort every single week, and all of our sponsors.
How's the track for you guys tonight?
I really liked it. It was smooth. It was really good to work with.
There you have it, your top 3 tonight. Jesse Costa, Nick Sheridan, and Hannah Farrell get it done in Mr. Transmission Victory Lane, guys.
Serve you, and we want to thank them for their sponsorship. Speedway last Saturday night, the Ackland Insurance 10-line variety Lucas Oil number 17X Max Demand. Starting third in Brantford, the Brantford Hyundai Brown Auto Service. Number 10 downtown, Mitch Brown. And on his upside, starting at fourth in the Waterdale. Courtesy of Grand River Dinner. 133, 133. 3 passes to the Speedway. 129, 129. Pat, courtesy of Caledonia Auto Supply, to 162, 162. Repeat, courtesy of
Caledonia, the 1:15, 1:15.